second, Kenneth Bird, sorry about that. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. My second company is BlackSeriesEdition.com. I was in a forum site last night. We're in there discussing about gray and white screens. A few discussions about certifieds, because certifieds are better than a white or gray screen any day, just any day. If anyone ever tells you that a light gray screen paint product and a white screen are better than gunmetal, they definitely don't know what they're talking about. If anyone's out there telling you that a gray screen of that color, that shade that we have sitting up against that screen is going to be to produce color and contrast and do the same thing as a high performance screen, that is a definite complete lie. Because again, that product you're seeing right there, as I said before, we used to make that 9 and 10 years ago. And that shade of product, which is network grade 773 up there, still resembles a lot of products. That particular shade of product doesn't have that capability. It's virtually impossible because it's just too light. There's no contrast in it whatsoever. So the reality check is that if you have that color or that shade laying against your screen right now, you are not seeing color, you are not seeing contrast. And this is the reason why when we go through YouTube, when we check out on forum sites of people displaying their screens, these are individuals that are constantly sitting in the dark. These are people that have had to spend money for expensive projectors to make up for what the screen can't see. Also, too, as I said before, they got to calibrate. You don't have a choice there. You definitely have to calibrate, because if you don't, your colors don't come out correctly and your colors are offset. This is the stuff we're going to be talking about online and offline when we're basically presenting our products out there on the market. That no, you do not use a gray paint product, because again, all you're doing is just upgrading a white surface and you're not going to get anything out of it. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, that's not true, well, we're going to give you the opportunity to go in and prove my theory wrong. If I'm wrong and everything I'm saying here in this demonstration is completely wrong, they would have no problem doing the exact same demonstration I'm about to do now, proving that a gray screen or white screen does not have the capability to see color or contrast at all. All right, so let me go grab a few things and we'll begin. Now I'm going to be setting up another section onto the site. This is going to be our products like we have for the Crystal Edge. Has a section on the site for great products versus our products. And great products versus our products. And what's the other one? What's the other one? Sorry, great product and white screens. We already do that with white screens. We've done the white screens already to death, but the great products, because we don't want people to make the mistake of thinking and being lied to, because they are lied to, that a great product such as that shade is going to have the same capability to pull contrast and color. That shade can't even beat gunmetal, and I mean certified gunmetal. You can't touch it. A certified screen is going to pull a much better contrast and much better color. Where is remote control? We just have remote control for everything over here. There it is. No, I made probably in the kitchen. Nope. Not in the kitchen. All right. So, as I said before, we're in a couple of chat rooms. We had this conversation. Someone saying, no, I got a gray screen. It pulls it doesn't pull contrast. If that's the case, they can do the exact same demonstration we're about to do here. So we're going to do a basic star-filled screensaver. If the gray screen has that capability, and I'm not talking about being in the dark, not light. People will lie to the screen in a dark environment and say, look, there's a contrast. No, fully lit environment. I'm going to step back here. I'm going to show you my environment, how much light we have in here. And mind you, I'm on a 5,000 lumen crispy projector. This is a full 1080p model. 1920 by 1200. So we got plenty of power. So it's no excuse by not having enough power in here. We're about 11 feet from the screen at 5,000 lumens. So we're going to pull up and see if a gray screen has the capability of seeing contrast and color. So let's see if we can get our Starfield screensaver in here. Because again, I get tired of hearing this nonsense all the time. We hear this nonsense inform sites. I don't know where people are getting information from. Maybe they refuse to accept reality. But sorry, a gray screen cannot see contrast. Neither can a white surface. They do not possess the capabilities to do so. They also don't possess the capabilities of being ambient light rejection technology. It doesn't work on lighter screens. It only works on darker technology. It only works on that one. For those of you making darker products, well, we'll get into that later on. The slew of tests that you have to go through to back that product up when it comes to a darker product. But right now, if you're using a gray screen, if you're using a white screen, you are not getting what you think what you're getting out of your projector. You have a complete failed setup from the door. Went to a forum site, did this exact same demonstration in a forum site. That's the reason why you go out and spend the money for the expensive projector, because again, you don't have a choice. You have to go out and spend the money for expensive projector because again, you think this is going to fix the solution and it's not. Now, as I said before, anything if I'm saying here is a complete lie, then I would have no problem seeing the demonstrations of proof posted below this video, which I will come back and check on a daily to see if anyone had posted anything at the bottom. Now, if same thing like we did with the 1100 lumen challenge and all challenges we give out, I will be checking back on this video. This will also be updated to all our channels because I want this to be put out there so people can see the reality check of why gray and white screens do not function on your setup. And if you do have one of these screens set up already from the door, you don't have what you think you have. Number one, you don't see contrast. Number two, you don't pick up color. For anyone who develops these products, at the end of the day, I'm expecting to see your demonstration posted at the bottom of this video. I don't care if you're certified. I don't care if you're a hobbyist. I don't care. Have your post at the bottom. Prove me wrong. Because if you're telling me that that gray screen can see a 100% contrast level, you lied. If you're sitting in the dark trying to produce a contrast level, that's a lie. If you're using a projector with a high capability of contrast capabilities to try to mimic darker levels, you have lied. That's the one thing I don't like about the industry. It needs to be cleaned. And that's why, on or offline, we're going to make this known why you don't go near a gray screen like this or a white screen. At the end of the day, you only have two options: certified and us. A gunmetal technology, true gunmetal technology, can pick up a Starfield demonstration a heck of a lot better than these two surfaces at the end of the day. But again, it's a $3,000, $5,000 screen. So the reality check is, if I'm wrong in this demonstration, then they have no problem with backing it and posting the links below. Simple and plain. Can you see contrast in a fully lit environment? And I've seen people already try on the forum site, a couple high-end projectors, couldn't pick it up. These are the two biggest lies in the industry. On Amazon, they had the white screen displayed as if it can see color and contrast in fully lit environments. Complete lie. The gray screen paint product, some people do tell the truth and say, hey, the contrast levels are going to be fair. But to tell you that you're going to pick up a black level is a complete lie. You're actually picking up darker shades of gray. You're not picking up black. To use a high-end projector, to stick yourself in a dark environment, to try to give off the illusion that the screen is picking up that contrast level, and that's a lie. And that's the problem with the industry. It's just too many lies in the industry, and everybody has this idea of what it's supposed to be, And when the reality kicks in, it's not anything what they thought it was going to be. Come home to washed out screens, overpriced projectors, and then they're told at the end of the day, hey, if you want to fix this mess, you're going to have to darken your environment. You have to calibrate your machine. What's the point? Might as well buy a TV. This is the same discussion I have with people when I go to TV forum sites for OLED. First thing they bring up, why the heck would I want to buy that? Then it's a headache. And it can't see contrast. And they're right. An OLED can pick up a 100% black level. How are they comparing a white screen or a gray screen to OLED technology? Gunmetals can't compare themselves to OLED. It's virtually impossible. It's a black screen. 8K desired nature, YouTube. Now we like using this particular demonstration because this one was used in a cheap demonstration. The environment was completely black. There were LED lights pushing up behind the back of the screen. They were using a projector with a very high caliber contrast capability, so they can basically try to mimic a very dark level to fool customers to make them think that that gray surface was going to have the ability to see contrast levels. This is why I said when you do contrast levels, they should be done in fully lit environments, so that way the customer can get an understanding what he's getting himself into. If you're putting it in a dark environment, then you're expecting for the customer to be in the exact same environment as that screen, and that's not going to work. What if a business decides to use it? What if a school decides to use it? That means they got to darken that environment to make up for what that screen can't see. So if I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm just sitting there just running my mouth, then guess what? Back it up. Put that link below. Now, if you post something on there and it's stupid, idiotic, that doesn't hurt me or embarrass me at the end of the day. It just messes you up at the end of the day because it shows you can't back it. People that can back it will back it, and people that can't, well, they'll just do dumb stuff. This is the industry's opportunity, whether you're certified or whatever you may be, to back this theory. If you can't take it seriously, well, at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt us. It just shows us that we can always go back on this video and says, look, we gave them a challenge. We gave them the opportunity to prove that their product does exactly what it does. And this is what we were met with. It boosts our ability to do more, to sell more. So I'm tired of hearing the whole I've seen it in so many video demonstrations. These fake dark environments, the excuse of ambient light controlled environments. That is an excuse. Either your screen is ambient light rejection or it's not. Certifies. Talking to you guys right now. Spend $3,000, $5,000 for a projection screen to be told that I have to be in an ambient light controlled environment. That I don't like. Calibrated projectors. Calibrated projector demonstration is a complete lie. Because again, you're calibrating your colors to do something that a normal projector can't do. And in order for the customer to maintain that same color, they're going to have to be on that calibrated machine and make and model of that machine. People that use expensive projectors in demonstrations should not be doing this because, again, the only way the customer is going to be able to achieve that picture quality, they're going to have the exact same projector to do it. That's another thing I don't like about the certifieds, and I don't like about people who make screen fake products that do that at the end of the day. You're lying to your customers. You should never use the word quality in your demonstrations if you're using a projector that costs that much money. Now, what sparked all this? We were in forum sites yesterday. And I hear it all day long. My screen can pull a contrast level. My screen can see color. And I go look at the screen. I go, no, you can't. You're not seeing color on that thing at the end of the day. Oh, yeah, no, you don't see color. Lay your product against our screen. We'll show you what color looks like. We'll show you what a contrast looks like. You won't be able to bring it up. Contrast alone, you can't even see. There is no technology at this moment that can pick up a 100% contrast level and maintain white light at the exact same time as our tech. From what I've seen in the black technology, and we'll do that in the next segment, very poorly done. Extremely poorly done. I don't see any demonstrations on the product versus black paint for anything at all whatsoever. No way to tell. There's no test. But getting back to the topic of the gray screens, no. Gray screens, white screens don't pick up contrast, do not see color. If I do a YouTube search today and I try to find any demonstrations to match this one right here, we're not finding any. Mind you, my projector behind me is 5,000 lumens. It's a 1920 by 1200 WXGA venue projector, Chrissy. It can't see it. It can't pick up the gray screen. It can't see the white screen. The higher the caliber projector, the faster your screen's going to wash out. So this is an opportunity. I will be checking back on this video once a week. I expect for people to put dumb stuff in the comments. We expect that because people can't back their products. That's what they do when they can't back their products. We expect that. We don't expect for you to be able to back your products at all, period. Because you can't. Remember, I used to develop that product. I know exactly how far it can go. And it can't see contrast. It's definitely not seeing color. The sad thing about it is when I was making this stuff way back then, I literally thought I was seeing contrast and color. I really believed it. Until Diamond Technology laid against one of my screens and then I saw what I really should have been seeing. And that's what opened my eyes up. So keep in mind, customers also, wherever you are, post below. We'll be checking back every week. Just like on the 1100 lumen challenge in 2019 has never been beat. You don't see contrast, you don't see color. And what you're going to have to do is you're going to go out and spend the money for an expensive projector to make up for what your screen can't see. The first thing I see people do is they'll go out and they get a projector, have 2,000 lumens, and they figure, okay, all the light in the environment, my image is on the projector, it's traveling on that 2,000 lumens. Screen can't see it because the light's washing it out. Well, yeah, light has a lot to do with it, but guess what? Your screen has a bigger part why you can't see it. So they'll go out and I'll get a 3,000 lumen projector. That'll be my image will travel in at 3,000 lumens. It'll be to cut through all that ambient light. It'll make contact with the screen. I'm going to pick up a contrast level and color. No, you're not. Your screen can't see it. I don't care how high of a caliber projector you buy. If you look at my intro video, you will see a church with a 7,000 lumen projector. It doesn't pick up. It doesn't register. And at that, you're introducing more light. The very light that you're trying to fight in the environment from washing out your screen, you're actually adding an additional 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 7,000 lumens of light to the surface, washing it out even faster. Lights out, even worse. I have no idea how that one even works, but it does. Right now, sun's not up yet. So, we'll show you. This is where you're going to have to be at. You don't have a choice. This is what people do. Some people say, well, you know, hey, look, we get this all the time. I'm going to be in the dark, so what's the point of me worrying about the colors and all that stuff? I'm going to be in the dark anyway. What do I care? You still can't see in the dark.
Visit Kaiseli Toyota of Springfield to drive home your newer pre-owned Toyota today. That's right, we have a large inventory.
Told you, light levels on our technology are extremely insane. So the only way that you can pick up a slight better difference is you have to be in a dark environment. This is what's going to happen to your living room. This is what's going to happen to your office. This is what's going to happen to your place of business. Can't use this product. How are you going to use this in a school? How are you going to use it in an office building, a lounge, a hospital, office building? Can't use it. Washes out. You have to be in the dark to pick up something. So 5,000 lumens of power. And I have to be in a dark environment to pick up a somewhat decent level. Simple. Starfield screensaver. Should put YouTube next to that. It's going to post me someplace else. It did. All right. All right. Basic. There's your contrast levels. So most people think to fix this problem, what if I go out and I buy myself a projector with a higher contrast capability? That is not going to be cheap. That is going to be expensive. Projectors that have the ability to produce higher contrast levels are very expensive, which means you're going to have to dig deeper into those pockets to fix that screen because it's having problems. And maybe this may help you with the problem of basically your screen not washing out so badly when you turn the lights on. So you pay for more lumens, you pay for a higher caliber resolution, you pay for more color, and then you end up here, you got a $3,000, $4,000 machine sitting in front of you that you still, at the end of the day, find out that you are still going to be in a dark environment. It's not going to work. Still going to have to calibrate your machine because your colors aren't coming up correctly. So you spent all that money for nothing. Red screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. Reality check. You don't see color. You can't pick up contrast. Now, anybody who feels that I'm wrong on this, feel free to post a link below. I'll be checking back yearly. I also will be using this demonstration as a form of educating people when we're online and offline, explaining why gray screens do not work, because it's going to come up in topic like, well, you know, what if I paint the screen gray to fix it? No, gray's not going to work. Gray's just going to make it just as worse. You're just going to pick up a slight little bump. That's it. Blue screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Can't transition. That's the problem. Purple screen, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, you notice how our screen stayed the same color when the lights went on, because it's ambient light rejection technology. They were right about one thing. When they said that the product is not, it can't be. It's not that in this decade in time, ambient light rejection technology is a new thing for projection screens. It's all the rage. So I hear that all the time from customers. It's ambient light rejection, it's ambient light rejection, it's ambient light rejection. Form sites, ambient light rejection, ambient light rejection, ambient light rejection. That is the rage in technology. If your screen does not have ambient light rejection, it's a complete fail. Some screens can't do ambient light rejection because they can't even maintain a contrast level to begin with. And the contrast level is extremely important because that's what adds depth and detail to your movies, your videos. It's kind of like drawing a comic book with a white marker. You clearly can't see the detail push out. Sorry, in the superhero, because you know you can't see it because it's all in white. There's no detail. There's no depth to it. So if you can't see contrast, you can't see color. And if you can't see color, that means your images are going to wash out. They're going to start to fade. And on top of that, ambient light rejection technology does not work on those screens. That's why the 2.0 is the color that it is, because if we did the 2.0 back in the day, the exact same way this product is, none of the stuff that we had today would ever work on it. So the reality check is those people that have been telling you that these particular screens right here that have the ability to be able to pull up contrast levels and colors have lied to you. You can't see it. Now again, I'm a liar. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no experience in this field whatsoever. Then they wouldn't mind doing the exact same demonstration, fully lit environment, and please do not forget the contrast levels, because that's something I see a lot. I see people come on there talking trash. I'm like, oh yeah, we can do. Where's the contrast levels? I don't want to see these dark environments and none of that nonsense. It's a good thing we don't have a certify up here, because if we had a certify up here, then that means you couldn't use your ultra short throw projectors, because you can't use an ultra short throw projector on certain certified screens. That's why we put them in demonstrations. It's to get rid of the crutch projector. So for those who don't know, the crutch projector is a projector that they have to depend on to make the screen look a certain way. If we stick a certified screen in there. It doesn't require ultra short. Can use ultra short throw. Guess what they can't use? They can't use ultra short throw. It eliminates that factor. If I take network grade 773 and I stick it in the demonstration, and we say make a comment by saying, hey, you're going to have to be able to beat the network grade 773, guess what? You're not going to see the demonstration ever being done. As a matter of fact, we need to add that in the real. I'm going to do that for the next demonstration. Next demonstration will be the network grade 773 challenge. Now again, we have demonstrations against Black Dynasty. I think it's like black paint from Home Depot. We have Black Magic, the darkest paint they have at Lowe's. We've done black fabric. We've done just about everything you can name. And for those who are saying, where are your demonstrations? Have you seen my website? Feel free to go there, both of them, and check out all the demonstrations on our products versus black paint. Even we drew into the screen with black paint. Now, since we've already completed all those tests, we're done, we moved on. We can easily make a demonstration right after this challenge by asking for them to do a demonstration of a comparison against network grade 773. Again, that is a demonstration that is not going to get any form of attention due to the fact that they're going to match it. That's why they're afraid of that paint or the slip silver, either one. Look how fast we can tell people that come into the room that are in here that shouldn't be in here, because the minute we mention certain keywords, they disappear. That's how we know. If I say network grade 773, we have people that would drop out of the room automatically, because those are individuals that are in here curious to see what we're doing and what we're talking about. And when we mention that product, they know this is a product they can't match. They can't go near because they will match it. Now you guys are so easy. All right, so let's see if my theory here is wrong. As I said before, if these great products out here are claiming that they can see a contrast level, we know you can see white levels, but you're saying you can see contrast levels, you're picking up color, then, and keep in mind, you're going to need a comparison screen. You're definitely going to need a comparison screen. This is why we have the surfaces up here. So the comparison screen you're going to have is the network grade 773 and the white surface. You're going to have both of them to do the demonstration. Anything we have in the demonstration, you're going to have to do. Now, if we're doing any black screens out there, of course, we're going to have our test demonstrations, what we do against black surfaces, all the other crazy stuff we like to do. We drop it at 1,000, we drop it at 5,000, 4,000, ultra short, though, inside, outside, we've done them all. You're going to have to pass all of those. We did a demonstration outside on black versus black on our technology. Matter of fact, I got another one to do today on 1,000 lumens. So you're going to have to pass all those, which I doubt that's going to happen. All right, well, let's see if they're telling you the truth or if they're lying to you. This is what this demonstration is about. Whether they're telling you the truth or they're lying to you. Can a gray screen, can a white screen, we already know white screen can't, but a gray screen, can it see contrast and can it see color? And this is what I'm expecting to see today. Simple demonstration, Starfield demonstration, or we can do the black background, goldfish, YouTube.
Getting that from YouTube.
Like this demonstration because the background is solid black. So only three demonstrations you have. You have AK Desire. That's a really dark demonstration. You have, we can use in New York City. That's an extremely dark demonstration. You have the black background, goldfish, screensaver. Only thing you need to say, it'll pop it up with no problem whatsoever. And the star field, which is very important. You have to do that one too. And show us that at the end of the day, that gray product can pull a contrast level as you claim it does. Anyone who's making that statement, that's a reality check. Because I get tired of coming on here and seeing these dumb demonstrations of these dark environments, over calibrated projectors using high contrast capabilities stuck in the dark to my look. I have contrast. You don't have contrast, and you know you're lying. So let's bring it out in the light. Show me what you got. Prove me wrong. All right. I'll be in next week to check to this video. And when I do the check to this video, I'll be going on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, all my pages, and explaining why and what this page is about. It's a reality check page. So we're expecting to see those contrast levels displayed, showing your product being having to produce these images because again, kind of misleading in line to the customers. All right, well, with that being said, you got to go. Thank you all and God bless.